Hi, and welcome back to another episode of The Young and the Restless. The episode opens up with Diane confessing to Jack about her relationship with Tucker in LA. We then see Tucker arriving at the Newman Ranch. Nikki asks how long he will be staying in town. Tucker said that he will be around for a while. Nikki then introduces him to Thalia Morgan. We go over to the coffee house. We see Phyllis meeting up with Lauren. Phyllis tells Lauren that her plans to get rid of Diane at the moment has stalled due to the incident with Summer and Kyle. Lauren also wants to get rid of Diane out of her life, claims that Michael has too much of a soft spot for Lauren. We go back to Jabot. We see Diane continues to drop a plea on Jack with excuses. Jack tells her to stop with the excuses and just tell him what she did. We see Diane start with a dialogue about her life in LA. She talks about a relationship with a wealthy man named Jeremy. Diane expressed how much she fell in love. She was in love with men like that with money and a particular lifestyle. We go back over to the Newman Ranch. We see Nikki leaves and allow Tucker and Thalia to do an interview. She tells him that Nikki encouraged her to write a profile on Tucker McCall. Tucker then responds to Thalia and tells her that he is happy to accept the free publicity. Thalia queried why he is liquidating so many assets at the moment. Tucker claims that he is only trying to live a simpler life. We go back to the coffee house where we see Phyllis tells Lauren that Jack is seeing right through Diane at the moment. He believes that Jack is having a breakthrough. She then tells Lauren that Jack found out about Tucker and Diane's connection in LA. We go back to Jabot and we see Diane telling Jack about the romance with Jeremy and how much Jeremy took care of her and gave her love and care that she has never received before. Only for her to find out months later that this was just a trick. Diane claims that Jeremy was using her as a smuggler to transport cash to different countries all over the world. She cries and pleads to Jack, telling her that she didn't know, and claims that she only found out months later while she was checking her luggage when Jeremy turned up late. She would see $1,000 of cash in her bag, which Jeremy would later deposit to a bank account. However, when she found out, she tried to end it with Jeremy. However, Jeremy would not allow her to end it. He threatened her about her fake lifestyle and said that he would expose her for not being dead. We go back to the coffee house where Lauren expressed that she is worried about Phyllis. Phyllis said she is no longer worried about Jack being mad at her. She is doing whatever she can to protect Jack and Summer from Diane. We then go over to Panama where we get an update from Summer and Kyle on their honeymoon. The two seems to be enjoying their honeymoon. We go back to Jabot and Diane tells Jack that the deal with Jeremy ended when the feds tried to arrest him. He set her free. She then cries and pleads to Jack and said that this experience made her get her life together and start working on herself. Diane popped out those tears and started crying and said she has changed. She is not that person anymore. And later on, she met up with Tucker. We go back to the Newman Ranch where we see Tucker tells Thalia he is clearing the path for a new life, and it will reveal itself later. Thalia asks him further questions. Tucker ignored the questions. Then she felt like Tucker was disrespecting her, and she leaves and tells him to call her when he is ready for a profile. We then go back to Jabot, where Diane claims her connection with Tucker was a random run-in. Said that Tucker knew people who knew her ex Jeremy, and Tucker was blackmailing her for months. Said that Tucker sent her back to GC to spy on Ashley. Tucker was also the one that discovered about Allie, and she used Allie to get to Jack. She continues to cry and said she did everything for Kyle. Jack was left stunned by Diane's words. We go back to Panama, where we see Kyle and Summer reminisce on their honeymoon, says that their life is now perfect. And they are happy Diane came back and she has not created any mess. We then go back to Jabot. Jack tells Diane he doesn't know what to say. Diane claims that she was trapped and cries and tries to play on Jack's feelings. Phyllis came back to Jabot and saw the commotion in the office. She then interrupts the conversation. We go back to Newman Ranch. Nikki tells Tucker she doesn't know what Thalia is picking his brains for. Tucker accuses Nikki of investigating him and Diane. Tucker then tells her to admit it. She tells Tucker to confess about their relationship. Tucker then smiles and tells Nikki that he cannot help her. We go back to Jabot. The episode ends with Jack leaving the room for an appointment. Phyllis then tells Diane that it doesn't seem too good for her at the moment and everything will shatter. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye.